Today marks a very important milestone in this fight against COVID.
This country is indebted to all the frontline workers. So I want to tell them on behalf of this government and on behalf of people of Belize, to all healthcare workers, thank you so much for the work that you have done.
And that gratitude was demonstrated today when 3 healthcare workers made history as the first Belizeans to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Nurse Casilda Brown and Dr. Eric Bradley, both from the COVID-19 unit, along with public health specialist Dr. Marcela Koye, received their first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine today, live in front of the entire country. And this is just the start, as Minister of Health Michelle Shabat explained that more vaccines are on their way.
It has been a challenge to obtain these vaccines, but I must repeat that I am extremely happy to announce the arrival of this first amount of vaccines for our people. Furthermore, we have now gotten confirmation from the COVAX facility that we have been allocated our first batch of vaccines, which is 100,800 doses. These will be in country by the end of the first quarter of this year. This means that with the first 1,000 doses we receive from Barbados, we will be able to vaccinate 1,000 of our frontline healthcare workers with their first dose. And when we receive our first allocation from COVAX, we will be able to administer the second dose to these 1,000 frontline healthcare workers.
The Prime Minister estimated that over 60,000 Belizeans will be able to get vaccinated in the upcoming months.
We have the teachers as the first group in the category, and the second category. And from the numbers that we're getting, it seems that we'll be able to get the teachers vaccinated rather quickly, since we're getting 100,800 vaccines right now from the COVAX facilities. We got 1,000 from the people of Barbados. We just made an announcement that India has now said that they're sending to Belize 25,000 vaccines, and it should be here by Saturday. So when you add all of those numbers, you are looking at probably over 60,000 people that are going to get vaccinated immediately with what we have coming to Belize.
And included in that first amount are healthcare workers, persons ages 60 and over, and those with special conditions. In Phase 2, there are teachers, police officers, members of the judiciary, customs and immigration, and those in the tourism sector. Phase 3 includes BDF, Coast Guard, and Fire Service, those with comorbidities, Red Cross, and utility workers. Phase 4 is all other public servants and transportation workers, while Phase 5 are those ages 18 to 59 years old. The PM said that once herd immunity is obtained, it will be one step closer to normalcy.
I encourage everybody, encourage your family, encourage your friends, especially our elderly, to take this vaccine. It is for their own good, for their own protection. We need to get Belize working once again. You know, we've been learning how to live with COVID-19, but until we can get to what you call the herd immunity, we can then be able to move more freely and to be able to get the economy going.
And for those who are unsure of the safety of vaccines, Lilia Thurton from the National Immunization Advisory Group explained why they are necessary, while Dr. Natalia Baer from MOHW spoke about the common side effects.
The key message from NITAG is that vaccines are safe. To date, over 241 million doses of COVID vaccines have been administered across 103 countries. The purpose of the vaccine is to help individuals develop antibodies to fight against SARS-CoV-2, to provide some level of protection to those who cannot receive the vaccine at this time, to reduce the spread of the disease in our communities, reduce the death rate associated with COVID-19, and of course, to reduce the burden on our healthcare system. No COVID-19 related hospital admissions occurred in persons vaccinated, and this is coming out of the different reports from the different trial phases for the vaccine. The side effects are common like with other vaccine, redness and pain and the site of injection, and there is also some malaise, arthralgia, flu-like symptoms, but this lasts no more than 2 days.
And while it is a step in the right direction, it is certainly not cheap. But Dr. Beer explained where the country is getting the finances to procure the vaccines.
It's about $4 million US. And if you all recall, in the previous press conference and presentations that we have done publicly, there is a reformulated operations that we are working with the IDB, and that will cover the cost of the first half of the vaccines that are needed to reach to that 58% of the total population. And definitely we are looking at the avenue to secure the rest of the vaccines that we need to procure.
That avenue is called begging or borrowing.
There's only two ways that we can address the issue of getting the vaccines. One is donations, and secondly is by borrowing money. And so that's what we're doing at this time. I wrote a letter to Prime Minister Modi on the 5th of February asking for a larger donation. And what they have done is that they said that very quickly they can give us 25,000. And we hope that we'll be able to get more in the not probably in the not too distant future. So we will be trying to get some more donations where we can, but we've been talking to the IDB, we've been talking to CABEI, these lending agencies that would be able to lend us the money to be able to pay for these vaccines.
Courtney Menzies, 7 News.